Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm just going to go through the spec I use, the different talents I use and the glyphs I use. Obviously, I'm an MM hunter. Originally, in WoD, I wanted to be a survival hunter. When I first leveled hunter, I was in survival spec and I did low level battlegrounds, and it's brilliant fun, and you just, ranged kiting the whole time. Explosive shot was really good. Yeah, and you just dot everything, slow everything, really short cooldown on all your traps, and it was really fun. But they took kill shot away from it, and the dots they're not good enough to kill healers nowadays. So I tried it for a while. Damage was high because you got a lot of dots spreading around in a battleground, but you got no burst. You can't kill a healer or anything. It was just painful with no kill shot. So I went back to MM, which I played a lot during Cataclysm, and since they've simplified everything, you've got way less buttons, and it works brilliantly, and it's the biggest hitter. And so simple. Aim shot, chimera shot. Chimera shot being your main damage dealer. Steady shot just to replenish your energy focus. And then just keep doing aim shots and chimera shot when you can. Chimera shot being your main attack, it does the most damage. But your opener, standing still, you got sniper training, which obviously gives you 10% damage, critical strike damage, and your shot range, which got buffed in the last patch. It used to be 7%. It's gone up now. Yeah, it's a really simple rotation, really good damage in Lone Wolf spec. So that's one of the reasons I play, and it's brilliant for killing healers because it's got so much burst, and your kill shots are massive as well. Okay. The talents. There's a lot of choice in talents. It kind of depends on your playstyle. There's no really right or wrong. It also depends what you're doing. If you're doing arena, use different things. My spec's designed for the most damage, and it's designed to be played in battlegrounds, where you're sort of fighting more than one at a time. You're switching targets a lot, and the fight's gone a lot longer. If you're fighting for a flag, you'll be fighting there for 5-10 minutes sometimes. So you need to sort of spec accordingly. Originally I started off with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera. 10 seconds disengage, really good. Every 10 seconds. You can disengage away from your melee, but the problem I ran into quite fast was, say a warrior charged you. Almost all warriors have charge hamstring on one macro. My warrior has. And what they do, they charge, hamstring, and you can disengage away, but you're still hamstringed. And they can catch up to you quite easily. Unless you have Master Score, which I don't, because I'm in MM. I'm in Lone Wolf spec, so I have no pet out. So that wasn't really working. I was getting caught by melee. Rogues, of course, they poison you. Rogues, druids slow you every time they shred you. So I switched over to post haste, it's been much better. It's long grind, it gives you a longer cooldown, but the fact that you just wait for a warrior to charge, hamstring, then you disengage, you're speeding away and you've removed the hamstring. And for 8 seconds, it's quite a long time when the cooldown of disengage is only 20 seconds. So it's a good sprint. So that's why I choose that. Narrow escape for other specs maybe quite good. You want to control them. It's probably quite good in if you're doing rated battlegrounds and you're I'm not sure why they would have a hunter carrying the flag, but this could trap mobilise their whole team in webs while your flag escapes and things like that. But I stick with post haste. It's been the best for MM Lone Wolf spec. The next TR, intimidation. It's a 3-second stun. I don't use a pet, so I would never have this. But even if I did have a pet out, I still wouldn't use this. It's a 1-minute cooldown for a 3-second stun, which I don't. It's just worthless compared to the others. Wyvern thing's okay, I suppose. In arena you can shoot it across, put a healer to sleep, but it's no good in Battleground because as soon as you try and disorient, sleep, or anything like that, someone will hit that target automatically. It's like they almost switch to that target if it's got disorient on it just because they want to hit it. So yeah, it's largely pointless in a Battleground. The best one, clearly, Binding Shot. A bit harder to target obviously, but a bit of practice. You can throw a flare, you can throw this just as easy. And yeah, that will 5 seconds stun, and it will stun everything that moves out of it. So what I often do is I'll chuck that down and then do an explosive trap, bounce the stuff away, and it all be stunned. And it's 5 seconds. It's, you know, compared to these two, that's going to break fast. And yeah, Intimidate, which, yeah, maybe in a duel I still wouldn't use it. Yeah, it's just get Binding Shot and learn to use it. It's better. Generation, good. It's a good heal if you like that sort of thing. I think for arena it might be useful. My spec, I don't really do healing. I've sort of designed it to not have to worry about too much about healing and things like that. Spirit Bond, I would have a Spirit Bond if I had a pet out, because it's a passive heal. You ain't got to worry about it. It's always ticking away. You're kiting targets for a long time. It works really well. Because I don't have a pet out, I just went for Iron Hawk. Just a flat 10% damage reduction, which is, yeah, it's fine, it's passive, it's good. If Exhilaration was a shorter cooldown, maybe a minute. If it was a minute, I'd almost certainly use it. But, you know, 2 minutes is a bit long. When you've got long fights at flags and things, Iron Hawk's gonna, I think, serve you better. This tier, I don't want a beast. I don't want any pets running around being annoying. So that's probably okay, but Thrill of the Hunt in this spec, it reduces the cost of my aim shot by 20 focus, taking it down to 30. Which, when you've got, when it procs, means you can get like 3 out in a with one full bar. And if they crit, you get, I think you get 30 focus back. So yeah, it hasn't gone down. So you do 3 in a row, and a Chimera shot, and you've still got plenty of focus when that's on. Always follow, if you can, aim shot with a Chimera shot. When Chimera shot's on cooldown, do these aim shots, but always make sure you've got enough focus left for Chimera shot when it comes off cooldown. It's your biggest hitter, so you always want to have that on cooldown. Yeah, so that's why I choose Thrill of the Hunt. Just pops. Tells you it's pops. It's really good for all the specs, I think. This tier, it's a bit of choice here. Obviously I don't use Blink Strikes because I haven't got a pet, so I'm going to ignore that. Although I mean, in BM spec I have got it, just because my pet's always lost without it in stupid places. Motorco's, that's good as well. I know a lot of hunters use that. It's been used on me a lot, but because I'm in MM, I've got no dots. There's no damage over time in my spec, and this is damage over time. I prefer not to have damage over time, so when I am fighting one-on-one, or even 2-on-2 or anything, I don't have to worry about any of my dots breaking the traps. So when I put a trap on them, in my spec, yeah, I know I've got no dots on them. Other people would probably judge it straight away and whatnot, but you can't really odds that. But yeah, that's the only reason I don't want to use Murder Crows, is because of that. It's good now they've reduced the cooldown and everything. I can see why people use it. In Arena it'll be good, you know, for stuff running around corners, just stick that on them. Instead I just use Stampede, which it's good, and now they increased it, they're out for 40 seconds, which, you know, at the beginning of Battlegrounds I normally pop this on a healer. Not so much for the damage, just because it bothers them and scares them a bit. They think they might be getting attacked a lot when they've got 5 pets attacking them. So I normally set that on a healer and I'll be attacking something else, just to sort of, and it sort of interrupts their casting as they take these hits. And they'll use up things, they'll use CC on them, but they'll use Fear and stuff on them, which means they won't use them on me. So yeah, I prefer to have Stampede for Battlegrounds. These talents, Barrage, it's too expensive. 60 focus is too much. I'd rather it was 30 focus on a 40-second cooldown, then I would consider it. With 60 focus, you know, when I've got 50 focus cost for aim shot and 35 cost for chimera shot. If I do, yeah, aim shot, chimera shot, I can't do barrage after. Yeah, I might try it out again some more, but I would just never use it. Power shot, the same, really good. They increased the damage recently a lot, so I'm not surprised a lot of people are using it. But what I did, as a few of my videos I have it, I swap it out for Glyphs on a few of my videos, and because I have to stand still, I never used it. It just never got used. I knocked people off cliffs and stuff with my explosive trap, so I really never used it. But it's cheap. The cooldown's not too bad on it, so yeah, I don't know. I understand if people want to use that. It sort of depends on your playstyle. You can, yeah, explosive power shot, then explosive trap to get them bounced them really far off a cliff. I use glaive toss even. 15 focus, 15-second cooldown, and it puts a slow on them, which is always nice. I don't have to keep hitting concussive shot, even if it's sort of fine button. But yeah, glaive toss is always nice to have. If you target stuff at the back, when there's a lot of them around, target the one at the back and do it. Goes through both of them, and it puts the slow on everything in between. Which, yeah, it's just much more useful. You'll just use it a lot more, and you can even use it if you're doing an aim shot, chimera shot, and that, chuck in a rocket, just for a bit of extra. You go to a little bit of extra burst, but the damage is weak. It's about 20k crit maximum, I think, in Battlegrounds. But yeah, I like the fact that it gives me an extra attack, and yeah, the slow's nice as well. At bottom, I'm a lone wolf spec. Yeah, increases all your shots, and yeah, kill shot, especially, it makes it massive. You watch my videos, you'll see when everything aim shot, chimera shot crits, and then you get crits off kill shot with a rocket coming out. Then it's yeah, it's really fun. But the only problem with my overall spec is because you haven't got a pet out, it means you've got no Master's Call, which Hand of Freedom. You've got no Roar of Sacrifice, which which why one-on-one other hunters should beat you quite easily in this spec. I fought hunters and they do me a lot of damage, because once I start casting aim shot, chimera shot, they put Roar Sacrifice on. Yeah, none of that's going to crit, and yeah, they're going to batter me with their Wrath pet thing. So yeah, it's very much not a dueling spec. You'd struggle in arena a bit unless you're with someone that can stun your target a lot, like Druid or Rogue. With the Battlegrounds, stay at the back, and yeah, you can run and kite melee fine. But yeah, Raw Sacrifice is brilliant. When a Druid jumps out, pops what's going on, you hit Raw Sacrifice, you're going to be fine from then on. You could just fight it, trap it, you'll be right. Same with the Rogue when it jumps out. There's almost nothing I can do. Rogue can take 3/4 of my health, even if I trinket. It's still going to stun me again with something, or it will blind me, vanish, sap me, and start all over again. So yeah, with that Raw Sacrifice, you're in quite a lot of trouble in this spec. But overall damage and kill shots, if you're playing with a team, with some friends, it's brilliant. I call it, well, it's a glass cannon, is what some people call it. I call it artillery spec, which means loads of damage, almost zero defenses. Obviously you've got deterrence, everyone has deterrence, which is good, especially now there's two of them. But yeah, not having a Master's Call, yeah, you can get, when there's a lot of targets around you attacking you, you can get slowed for quite a long time without it. But I make do, and yeah, it's pure damage spec, massive hits, much more fun, I find. But yeah, one-on-one dueling, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. My glyphs, there's a lot of choice again, depends on play style. Disengage just increases the percentage of your disengage. It just makes it longer, which I like. The further the better, and there's certain gaps you can't jump without that. Jumping across the corners in Kotmogu and things like that, you can't do with the with a normal disengage, and I always like to be, the further the better, especially in MM where everything's 40 yards or more when standing still. It's just a preference, but there's plenty of other ones you could have. The other one, heal for 4% of your total health, which is good, but again, my spec, I've gone no healing stuff whatsoever. I've got to mention as well, you obviously, with your pet out, with the right talent, you have a passive heal as well. It's Pursuit Bomb, which is the best one. Which is brilliant as well, but in my spec again, you don't have that, making one-on-one etc. difficult. Aspect here, make my pet smaller, just because they're too big. Fetch, it's not even on my button anymore, but I use it when I was leveling because I can have to keep running to bodies. Oh no, it's Glyph of less proportion. Yes, one makes your pet smaller, fine. Yeah, Aspect here one, it's brilliant. That's the only one you really need to have, I think. Just means, when you Glyphs on, you don't get dazed when you get struck. So it means you can have it on all the time without having to worry. And then when someone does shoot you, it just goes off. Which is fine, you're not dazed, that's good. Camouflage. Again, that's kind of a personal choice. Someone asked me why this instead of the Chimera shot heal. The Chimera shot heal's good, but no, it's not good actually. I'm lying. 2% no every time Chimera shot. If you're always firing your Chimera shot, that's once every 9 seconds. Yeah, it's just over 0.2. Was it 0.21% a second if you have Chimera shot up all the time? Which is worthless. 2%. It used to be much. It used to be like 5% back in the day or something. It used to be really good. So I don't do that because it's totally worthless. Camouflage, it's good. You can skulk around. You do go slower, but put that on and you go a little bit faster. You've got to be careful what moves you use whilst in this. I've worked them out. Stampede sets it off, but none of my burst ones do. That's Potion, Trinket, Rapid Fire. None of them set it off, but I'm pretty sure Stampede does. That's why it's got its own button. Oh, I'm lagging. What's wrong with my computer today? But you used to skulk around with that arm. I often do it when I go up to Lumber Mill at the beginning of a battle in Rathi Basin, and I sneak up, and then because so many, obviously Horde, so many ally go there at the start, often like 10 of their team. I sneak up and I sit in stealth just behind the first log, and I wait for someone to start taking trap, and I try and explosive trap as many as I can off. And also people like melee that run past you, they all get targeted first. So I just pop out behind the back and start shooting, and I don't get targeted by load straight away. Which is, it's nice. And it's good if you're defending a flag. I try not to defend too much because it's really, really boring. But sometimes I just want to win. Even though I'm gear capped, and I don't need to win. But I still end up carrying teams, and I defend tough bases sometimes. Just for the win. Explosive trap, it's brilliant. It's another, aside from knocking stuff off cliffs and bridges and things like that, which is a lot of fun. I've got a video of my explosive trap montage from like the beginning of the season, and it's my favourite video. It's just so much fun to watch, and I think it's the fact that knocking people off the edge, doesn't matter how good you are or how good your damage is or your gear is, if you haven't got a way to disengage or teleport back on, or you can use your glider to get back on, you haven't got a way to do that, all of that's pointless. You see, one of my last videos, a paladin came along and he popped all his wings and everything, and he got blown straight off the edge, and with all of his cooldowns on, there's nothing you can do about it. It's really quite funny. I don't know why, it gives me endless pleasure. That's pretty much how I roll in Battlegrounds. But I would recommend read through them all and see what matches your style. You mirrored blades can be quite fun. If you want to do a video, you could do a montage for reflecting, and you could use that for if you're doing dueling videos or something like that. If you're going to do some duels, that put that on when you're fighting a warlock. You don't need disengage because you both range, so it's pointless. Put that on instead, and you could probably bounce back some big chaos bolts if you do it when they fire them with their cooldowns on. Yeah, I would read them all and choose yourself. These are the ones I like for my spec and for designed for battlegrounds. Again, Murder of Crows, if you don't mind your target having dots on, it's it's probably better than Stampede. Stampede's just also because Stampede's out, it makes people target things badly, which is helpful as well. So when you feign death, they're tabbing through pets and stuff, which helps you out. Yeah, I would. That's how I roll. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if this was helpful, feel free to give it a like, subscribe for more. I'm going to do a PvP tips video, all the different things all the things I've learned. In Mop I had a 90 of every class. I played warrior mostly in PvP then. I've been playing since BC, so I've learned quite a lot of tricks, and I've watched a lot of videos as well, probably like yourself, and I've learned a lot over the years, and I'm going to go through some of the things, some really cool things like Draining Living Action Potion, which I only found about recently. I think it came 6.1, which is immune to stun and movement and impairing effects, but the next 2 seconds also move an existing stun and movement and impairing effects. And that's on a 1 minute cooldown, so you could use that you can use that as a second trinket. The problem is it's often on cooldown for me because it shares a cooldown with the rocket, triggers the cooldown on it. So does the agility potion, which is the one I pop at the beginning of a battle. Usually only once, because after that the rocket in kill shot keeps it on cooldown. I've got some things like that I want to just go through people and just try and give you hunters some advice and hopefully help you out a bit. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, any questions, any tips for me, any advice you think I might need. Feel free to share it with me. I'm most grateful for some extra input, and have a good day.